It's never been more important to consider the miles to the gallon a car can achieve, and this has led to a strong demand for fuel-efficient cars. Historically, there have always been significant differences between official MPG figures and the reality experienced by drivers. The worldwide harmonized light vehicle test procedure, WLTP, was introduced in 2017 to combat the problem. It combined laboratory tests with additional real-world testing. Using data drawn up by the Honest John Real MPG information, we researched economical petrol and diesel cars that are available in the UK today. While some models on the list can still be bought new, others are no longer rolling off production lines and are only available in the second-hand market. Suzuki Celerio, 2015-2019 1.0 Dualjet, Real MPG, 71.3. There are plenty of reasons why the Suzuki Celerio proved popular with drivers when it burst onto the scene less than a decade ago. The first is that it's a cheap fuel-efficient car. As well as being cheap to buy, it was well designed, with plenty of space inside the cabin. It also offers an impressive amount of equipment as standard. This practical 5-door city car also won praise for its low running costs and the fact that it was easy to drive. This makes it ideal for navigating busy town centers. On the downside, it's fair to say the Celerio isn't the most attractive car in its class. It certainly won't turn heads as easily as some of its rather more stylish rivals. Does this matter? Well, it depends on what you're after. If convenience, practicality and cost efficiency are top of your list, then the Celerio's positives far outweigh the negatives. Drivers of Celerios from this era with 1.0 dual-jet engines would certainly agree. They have reported an impressive 71.3, which is comfortably higher than most cars could hope to achieve. It was announced in the summer of 2019 that the Celerio was being discontinued in the UK as part of a revamp of its product lineup. Don't despair. You can still buy one pre-loved. While prices obviously vary, you should expect to pay around PS7,000 for a 3-year-old model with a relatively low mileage. Peugeot 208 1.6 BlueHDi, 2012-2019, Real MPG, 67.4. Peugeot has long been one of the main go-to manufacturers for anyone wanting convenient, easy-to-drive smaller cars. It's also no stranger to performance. The iconic Peugeot 205 GTI was one of the most popular hot hatches back in the 1980s and is just as eye-catching today. A modern example that builds on this heritage is the 208. This supermini arrived on the scene in 2012 with innovative styling that doesn't look out of place a decade on. There are also plenty of options when it comes to the 208. While all models share the same general qualities, the experiences behind the wheel will differ. There are those with smaller engines ideal for congested city centers, and a heart-pumping G-Type version for stretching the legs on the open road. In terms of fuel efficiency, however, owners of cars with 1.6 BlueHDi engines are the winners, with that real MPG of 67.4, one of the best recorded for any vehicle. The good news is there are still plenty of these models available for sale in the second-hand market. We found a 2015 model with around 60,000 miles on the clock for around PS6,000, and you could shave off a further PS1,000 if you don't mind a higher mileage. Citroen C4 Cactus 1.5 BlueHDi, 2014, Real MPG, 66.6. The Citroen C4 Cactus arrived in 2014 and its design could safely be described as unique. Not beautifully sleek, but not hideous either. It was just well different. Arguably one of the most striking features seen on some versions of this car were the air-filled protective door panels to guard against scrapes. While this look wasn't to everyone's visual taste, if you've ever used a supermarket car park, then you can understand the concept and potential benefits. Either way, Citroen won acclaim for such innovations and quirky looks, as well as the level of attention it gave to the interior design and comfort levels. There was plenty of room inside the cabin and a so-called minimalist design which results in a clear, fresh look. It also benefited from a simple dashboard. The C4 Cactus is a car that knows its place. While never intended to be a performance monster, it can fulfill most driving tasks, no matter how mundane. With a sense of style and purpose, it's also a good option for the cost-conscious. Owners reported to Honest John that the 1.5 BlueHDi engine had achieved an impressive 66.6. You could pick up a low-mileage 3-year-old model for less than PS12,000. Honda Civic 1.6 i-DTEC, 2012-2017, Real MPG, 65.1. Few cars get the heart racing more than the Honda Civic. Its timeless sleek styling has made it one of the most eye-catching vehicles on the road. For example, with more than a passing nod to the rapid hot hatches of the past, the ultra-rapid Type R version of the Civic has won many fans in the performance car world. Of course, the Civic isn't just a tarmac-burning demon. It has a number of quieter personalities, including one that fits in well as a reliable, modest family hatchet. While the Civic's interior doesn't offer much of note, and has been criticized by reviewers for having a plastic feel. This is probably a minor negative. The car's overall bold styling, practicality, reliability record, and punchy diesel engines more than make up for any other perceived failings. Choose wisely, and the Civic will provide you with years of cost-effective motoring. For example, owners of the Civic 1.6 i-DTEC SE have reported a very impressive 65.1 mpg. You could pick up one of these head-turners from 2013 for less than PS 5,000. If you have more money to spend and want a newer version, then a 3-year-old example on a 68 reg with around 20,000 miles on the clock will set you back around PS 18,000. Skoda Octavia 1.6 TDI 115 DSG, 2013-2020, real MPG, 63.5. There was a time, not so long ago, that telling someone you drove a Skoda would have triggered smirks and an endless supply of jokes. Not anymore. These days it'll probably cause envy. A prime example is the Octavia. It has been one of Skoda's best sellers in the UK, and it's easy to understand the enthusiasm when you consider how much car you get for your money. Of course, no one will argue that the Octavia will set the pulse racing, but that's okay. It's comfortable, well-designed, solid, and easy to drive. There are also some neat additions. For example, Skoda tucked an ice scraper into the fuel filler cap so you can de-ice your car properly on a frosty day. It also added a parking ticket holder. The whole package is very attractive and shouldn't have you constantly in the petrol stations if you choose the model carefully and drive with a light foot. It also ticks the box if you want a fuel-efficient large car. Owners of the 1.6 TDI 115 DSG version of the Octavia have managed to achieve 63.5 mpg. As a ballpark, expect to pay around PS 10,000 for a 4-year-old example with relatively high mileage. Ford Fiesta 1.5 TDCi 85, 2017, real MPG, 63.2. All hail the Ford Fiesta. This little car has been around in various guises for more than 40 years and has sold in its millions. Invariably, it's among the best sellers year in, year out. Its appeal lies in the fact that it is suitable for just anyone, whether it's a 17-year-old that's just passed their test, a family wanting reliability, or someone focused on performance. This vastly popular hatchback is endlessly versatile and cheap to run, although the racer versions will be naturally heavier on the wallet. There are also plenty of different models available. No one can deny these cars are extremely well designed, relatively cheap to repair, and available in vast numbers on the second-hand market. You'll certainly be spoiled for choice. Owners of Fiestas made since 2017 with the 1.5 TDCi 85 engines are among the happiest on the road, having reported a real MPG of 63.2. Another piece of good news for would-be owners of a small fuel-efficient car is you can pick up one of these Fiestas for less than PS 10,000 that's just a few years old. Volvo V60. The Volvo V60, a plug-in hybrid, wins the competition with a whopping fuel consumption of 155 mpg. The Telegraph claims it is now the most fuel-efficient automobile money can buy. And it's money you'll need if you want this car because its price is somewhere around $78,000. Toyota Prius. The Toyota Prius plug-in version comes right behind the Volvo model, with an impressive consumption of 135 mpg. It's slightly cheaper than the Volvo. Fortunately for people interested in saving some money, it now costs approximately $52,000. BMW e3 BEV. The BMW e3 BEV, an electric automobile, offers customers a fuel efficiency of 124 mpg and can be purchased for the notable base price of $45,000. Fiat 500. Another choice that's worthy of our attention is the Fiat 500, which comes with a combined fuel economy of 116 mpg. Its cost is quite friendly when compared to other models that are featured in this tile. Users can pay between $17,300 and $26,000 for this particular automobile. These are the 10 best economical cars that are on the market today, as our research is based on reviews performed by the US Department of Energy, The Telegraph, and Top Gear. You can trust us on this and choose between these fuel-efficient vehicles.